it's almost like you know that something shady is going on. And you need to trust the direction that you are being called or being pulled into, even if it doesn't make any sense. You need to trust that, because the truth is, you got to get away from this. And the only way you can get away from this is by trusting your instincts and the calling that is pulling you. Aquarius, welcome my beautiful Aquarian souls to your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries. This is a message for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. And we begin with let spirit be your guide. So first of all, you will be getting animal spirit totem messages coming into you this week. And second of all, it's an act of faith that is going to be a pivotal turning point for you this week. This is a sense of connectivity, connecting to faith, and enabling God's eyes, not your own, to make decisions for you. This is not about your feelings or emotions. This is about your connectivity to faith, and it is powerful. So Aquarius, this message comes to you when it's meant to come to you. It is a week ahead tarot card reading for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. It's an energy reading, so you call it into you when you are open and receptive to the messages that are within it. That being said, I make a new message every week, so please subscribe to this channel and then ring that notification bell. Select all notifications so that you will know when I upload your favorite content, and you will get notified when it's here for you. If you're looking for a personal reading, I do those as well. I have plenty of space available this week. Definitely go to my website and book and schedule whatever service is good for you, whatever service you need right now. Aquarius, you ready? Because we're almost ready. We're almost done. Lots of future focused here. Let's go. There was struggle with resources in the past, something that made you feel depleted. This is Taurus energy. The abundant universe will provide. There is this sense of having to make do with what you had and figuring out that you didn't need more. You just needed to be more resourceful with what you already have. And then we get this instruction to let spirit be your guide and move you forward. So it will get better and things are improving. And ultimately there is this sense of, if you feel bogged down, if you feel stressed or strained, Aquarius, the best way to remedy that is to connect through faith and see through God's eyes and enable yourself through that faith to navigate a way forward, because there is one. And you may not be privy to it. You may not be able to see it. You won't be able to see it for yourself. So it is about proceeding in faith from this essence of something that was just depleting your resources. I don't know if it was financial or something else, but it was certainly tangible and sensual. Sensual as in it appeals to the five senses. There was a depletion there. That's in the past. And then we have think on your feet. This is Sagittarian energy. This is now about expansion, but it's expansion through what you already have, your current resources. This sense of, if I was looking for more or I was looking forward, what I need to do is look and take stock, like almost like an inventory of what I have, and then see how can I grow that. This is actually a really wonderful lesson that Uranus teaches us. It's conjunct to Jupiter now, and it is in Taurus. And that's the whole motivation behind this unwavering energy of Taurus, with the two most expansive and rebellious, change-oriented energies collaborating almost within Taurus, this sense of, okay, then how can we make do with what we actually have? And it makes sense that things have been blowing their tops and kind of shaking like crazy, because it's like sometimes you need to rustle up the dirt or rustle up the things in front of you to dust them off and to realize and remember what you've already got. This sense of, but I already have abundance. What more do I need? So improvisation, it's also saying, look out, not in a way of warning, but in a way of, hey, heads up. There's going to be curveballs thrown at you, or maybe you're the curveball. This sense of let yourself surprise yourself and let yourself be directed. Be open and remain malleable this week, Aquarius. Now we have a time to heal coming during this week, which is looking toward purging any kind of toxins, any kind of excess, too much. There is that sense of recognizing the poison first, the poison, hopefully not real poison, but recognizing the toxicity first so that you can get it out. And then we have time to collaborate. Okay, this could also be a warning, the sense of you may be working with somebody who is the snake that was the reason why something was depleted. And even if they're not a wicked or evil person, there's just something about them that could be draining the resources. And for you to actually see that and recognize it and maybe call it out. And then we have life is speeding up, which is you're putting two and two together. And once you figure out that maybe, just maybe, you either, one, you're collaborating with a snake and that's the pustule you need to get out, or two, you have found, or you are through collaboration, you are finding what the poison was and also finding a way to heal it. Either way, this is that things now start to add up and come together. Mercury is still in retrograde. This is Gemini energy. It's using then what you already have, what you already know, and enabling yourself to find a way forward, because you already have what you need. You just might not know how to use it yet. And this is the week where you're going to discover how. And then we have surrender now. Surrender now is an energy of, once again, also Sagittarius energy. Just go with it. Just go into it. Allow yourself to just give over and lean in. Lean in. There's the only way out is through right now. And I think that this is just like almost like energy of carry on, keep going, surrender to the divine, and also the sense of I'm willing to give something up. I'm willing to accept maybe a hard lesson or a hard reality. I'm willing to accept that I have to purge this thing in my life. I don't know if it's a person or a job or a way of eating or a food group, whatever it is. There's a sense of give over to it, lean into it, and allow yourself to be able to kind of just realize that you have to move on from it because there was some sort of depletion here. Let's go into tarot. We're going to pull a 6-card spread. I think to enable a more comprehensive, there's clarity here. And that's where the week begins. The Ace of Swords, remember, swords is always intellect, logic, reason. And when you have the ace in your corner, you've figured it out. This is the win. The clarity creates the win. The something you've broken through or you've cut through. Think of also pulling the sword from the stone so that you can abandon whatever toxicity you were dealing with. This is a sense of consciousness, awareness. And then we have a 2 of Wands. So this is a decision to be made between where you are now and where you have hoped to go or wanted to go. And ultimately, now there's a clarity. And what is that clarity? There's a clarity, or there's a decision that you can now make or will now make. And that decision there is 5 of Wands. This is why you're making the decision. Like, I'm sick of being a part of this rebel. I'm sick of being a part of this rat race. I'm sick of all this crap being thrown at me. This sense of congestion is making it clear to you that you have to now decide to go in a different direction. You know, kind of sick of the competition, or I mean, maybe that's what held you back. We'll get further into it, but there's a sense of maybe it was the hesitation was coming from, I don't know if I want to go into that mess. It's very competitive. There's a lot of red tape, etc., etc. Okay, so how do we move on from that? Okay, the King of Swords is here, so that would represent you, and in reverse, it was being very indecisive. Somebody who was not very clear, or felt, okay, yes, it wasn't very clear. So something was not very clear because there was hidden information or intentionally subverted information. Somebody was being intentionally shady towards you and undermining you. And that is a confirmation. This sense of, I don't know if you were undermining yourself or maybe keeping secrets or holding things back and keeping them to yourself was undermining you, or you just felt really undermined near the eclipse. The sense of, I don't know, I don't know if this represents you. It could just represent a mentality of somebody that was highly critical and derogatory, and like all of that really being kind of underhanded. The 2 of those cards coming out that way is very underhanded energy. And I think now you're starting to recognize where it was all coming from. There's some sort of it was kept secret, certainly, but that's what the Ace of Swords is saying, that suddenly it's clear what was happening. So at least we know you get that. And then we have King of Cups. So coming through on the other side, this could have also been a Pisces. King of Cups upright, you could have been dealing with a Pisces. I don't know if this person would have been derogatory toward you, or simply trusting your instinct and intuition because you couldn't make up your mind. That could also be the message. The sense of leave your brain out of it because this decision isn't going to make sense. The only thing that's going to make sense is your intuition and your instincts and your psychic connectivity. That's the only way you're going to get through this. So let's just clarify though, because I want to understand, who is this King of Swords? Because it could easily represent your confusion. Who is this King of Swords? We have Page of Swords. So it was somebody who didn't know what they were talking about. Could have been somebody who was overly ambitious, somebody who's certainly not worth the gravity that they thought they deserved, or didn't know enough to make the decisions that they made. This could have also been being undermined on the internet by a lot of really derogatory, mean, or cruel attacks or comments. So what is this Pisces energy? What is the Moon card here? Please clarify. This is Scorpionic energy, so this is a confirmation that there was some sort of subverted toxin, some toxic energy that was being hidden or downplayed behind your back. This could have been coming from either a Pisces or a Scorpio, but it's somebody who is definitely acting underneath the surface and in the shade. This is very psychic energy, though. I can tell you that right now. And then there's that 2 of Wands. So, okay. So what do you want? What do you want Aquarius to do? It's like you have to trust. It's almost like you know that something shady is going on. And you need to trust the direction that you are being called or being pulled into, even if it doesn't make any sense. You need to trust that, because the truth is you got to get away from this. And the only way you can get away from this is by trusting your instincts and the calling that is pulling you, right? Like that's what it is. In intuition, using your intuition, or making a decision that maybe something has just ended or it's time in some ways to go, whether or not Like this is just, something was already over for somebody and they kept it hidden. But this person or you is about to bounce. And that's the reality of it. And they're feeling pretty strong about it. They're feeling pretty good about it. It's like needing to do this, needing to get back to a state of emotional stability. Okay, let's get a moon card because that's always important. That perspective is always important. And then we have adjustments are required. Adjustments are required. What do you mean by that, God? What do you mean adjustments? What kind of adjustments are required? What kind of adjustments are required? In attitude, in position, in place, in geography, like what do you mean? Can you clarify? Third quarter moon. It's adjustments with financial or because of financial adjustments. The adjustments have to happen because something went flat broke. Because something just it was draining. There's poverty here, or there's a loss of income here. And that's why adjustments had to be made. Then we have Knight of Wands. So it's almost like God is saying, take action on this and tie up these loose ends. It needs to happen or the situation could get worse. But if you address it and if you address it, and if you tie up those loose ends or make those reconciliations, there's a balancing out here. It could even be in some ways ask for guidance, ask for help so that you can balance things out right now because things are difficult. But take action from where you are, right? And definitely it's like if you're dealing with like a loss of resources, you have to be where you are now and act where you are now, but you have to make adjustments so that it doesn't get worse and that it doesn't happen again. And I think that that's what's coming through Aquarius, as in these adjustments have to be made because you basically are hitting rock bottom or could. And ultimately there's just this sense of, okay, damage control has to be taken now, but you also have to get the sick out. You have to get whatever is cantankerous, you have to get that out and then get back to health and balance. And then the one thing that this week is going to offer you is that clarity. So we have happy, and chop wood. And so the good thing about this is you're going to be very happy to clean this shit up and do this work. It's almost like in some ways you want to do this. And it will actually make you, give you a great deal of joy to be able to do this. It's like chop wood, get to cleaning, clean up this mess. It would be my honor to get rid of whatever this garbage is. Intuitively, I almost feel a sense of joy coming through by finally knowing or realizing what it is that has to be cleaned up, or that you can tackle this, and it's just going to give you a great deal of pleasure. I hope that you guys will join me for the extended reading. The link is in the description box and the comment section below, or you can join the BWOB membership here and get unlimited access to the extended readings right here on YouTube. You choose. I love you and thank you regardless. I'll see you in the extended, hopefully